Coronation Street finally confirms who will take down Stephen as the net closes in. The walls are finally starting to close in on Stephen Reed in Coronation Street. Last week, a dead body was discovered on the site Ed and Ronnie had recently acquired to build some houses. In last Wednesday's episode of the ITV soap, Craig arrived at the pub and confirmed to Jenny Connor that the body is that of Leo's, her ex-boyfriend. As Jenny fell apart, her head was spinning. She had spent the best part of a year under the impression that Leo disappeared to Canada and just didn't want to be with her. While she cried many, many tears, all Stephen could do was comfort and support her. Just as Craig left the pub, he told Stephen that statements would need to be made sooner rather than later. This prompted Tim to pipe up and confirm that Leo's final moments included him punching Stephen in the face because he had feelings for Jenny. This meant Stephen had to visit the station to make a statement. Fortunately, he managed to cover, but back at home, he realized the nightmare wasn't over. As night fell, Stephen was asleep and experienced flashbacks of his 3 murders. In the early hours of the morning, he got up and made his way to the canal. We know that there's a roof box in the water, and inside of that is Teddy, who was also killed by Stephen. As he poked around with a branch, Stephen failed to realize that he had been spotted by Tim, who was finishing a night shift. Tim snuck over and watched Stephen, but he was interrupted when his phone started ringing. Stephen ran off and didn't see Tim, but given that future pictures show the moment the serial killer attempts to strangle the taxi driver, is Tim going to discover the truth sooner than we think?